We are delighted that today we have Mr. Shubham Wani, who is a civil engineer by his education, and also masters. He has done his masters in transportation engineering, and currently he is part of various transportation projects in various roles, specifically in technical domains, where he helps people to understand more about softwares in transportation and related projects that can be from various of the companies that are currently in the market, from Open Roads to Bentley's to IIT Pave, every of these companies. And we would today try to understand his career in he's a young, fresh, dynamic civil engineer with a focus in transportation, how his career has panned out, and also his next goals, and how anyone who is looking to get into careers like what he is doing as a civil engineer, as a fresher, or someone who has 10 years also experience now trying to traverse into this kind of a sector, what he or she should be doing right now. Welcome, sir. Thanks for giving your time, and we are glad that you are here.
Thank you.
Right. So we'll start off first that since you did your bachelor's and then you have done your master's in transportation, how did you choose transportation compared to, because a lot of people in their BTech days think, okay, structural or something like that are majorly a sought after career compared to maybe a transportation. I don't know how it has panned out and how you have been inspired to choose that, and how do you see transportation sector overall?
Yeah. So thank you for the opportunity. So first question you have the choosing of transportation engineering sector. Before I started my career from 10, so I just choose first Polytechnic as an engineering for the diploma holder. After that, I started my journey in engineering point of view. So under the engineering, we have a subject like transportation engineering. So I love that kind of subject. Under the road, we see the only not in the building sector, so like kind of structures, but we also see the roads, rail, then waterways we have, then airport way. So this kind of transportation engineering I love, and that kind of view. So my perspective in that road sector as well, and highway, expressway. So in that scenario, I first see what kind of market is available under the civil engineering. So first, uh, like most of the doing master in structures, master in environment, master in various kind of like water, but in transportation sector there is like majorly not doing the masters in transportation, because um, someone looking for the transportation, like they have to see like pavement, then highway, rail, as well as some kind of measures, like roads and highways. So in that kind of scenario, I chosen this major activity role, and in that masters, I learn about highways, roadway, as well as airport, then waterways we have. So that kind of engineering I do, and then after that, when I pass out in masters, so I have one question like, what kind of stream we have to choose. Like we have a multiple options in transportation. Like first we have some traffic area, then we have some highway design area, then we have some pavement design area, then we have for the airport, then railway. So that kind of issues I'm facing when I uh, like graduate from the master's degree.
Okay.
Then suddenly I choose first an internship offering from the private organization. Then I choose an like one consultant team. Then after that I see there are lot of work doing like for the pavement, for the traffic, for the highway. So I specifically see the highway area. So under the highway, first we have to learn software, because if you uh, drawing something and the on the paper, we can't like approve those kind of drawing. So we have to
Okay.
first learn a software. So in
Okay.
market various software are we have. So that kind of perspective, I learn software first, from the basic to intermediate. So for kind of software you have to learn first AutoCAD, like marketly available software for the drafting tool. Then after that, I learned similar kind of road design software available in market. And after that, from the first of that kind of stage, I delivering a road projects. So I started creation of something. Then after like first we have to import survey data, then after that surface, then creation of alignment. That kind of activity we have to deal with. And after that, when we are prepared to deliver some kind of projects, so we are like good to go. So that
Correct.
kind of situation we have to deliver, like chosen when we are dealing with the transportation engineering.
Correct. Now, now when you have like when you travel down from your BTech, the software that are generally taught are majorly, let's say, this kind, maybe AutoCAD or something, or basic, or a lot of these design, so in structural design and things like that are taught, or it is readily available for a student, maybe a Stat Pro, ETABS, or kind of that in a
Yeah.
building centric environment. Why do you think that softwares like Open Road or MX is obviously not too much in used, or IIT Pave, or maybe Bentley products, etc., why they are not much available, or what is the hindrance that people, are they complex to use, are they not very much easy interface, or do they need a specific kind, if you compare both, like if you compare a structural kind of software, these are Stat Pro, ETAS, and kind of that are available, or if you compare maybe even the Revit kind of tools that are majorly used even for the architectural or structural part, and now there is other set of software that you use for this, IIT Pave and Open Road or something like that. Why not too much common for an early stage student or professional to get used to these software? Are they complex, or what is the reason, do you think? We also at Protrainy teach
Uh,
these software, but have to understand your part.
yeah. Yeah. So first thing, yeah. Thank you for the question related to the software industry. Um, the first thing, when we are graduating something like for the civil engineering or maybe another engineering perspective, we have to learn basic software. So required in market industry. So first, we have to learn CAD solution software, that kind of 2D and 3D drafting tools. So after that, we are familiar with the interface. What kind of interface they are dealing with, line, 2D line, 3D polyline, something kind of interface we have in mind. So then we can move towards the design based software. So that kind of market available software from the OEM kind of perspective, like from Autodesk or Bentley, you mentioned. So before, we are not dealing with a 2D drafting software and then just jump into the like design kind of software. We have to face a kind of situation like in terms with the design kind of perspective, in terms with interface kind of perspective. Okay. So we have to first deal with like um 3D kind of software that offering from the market available local of offering from the like Bentley or Autodesk. So this kind of situation we have to deal with first 2D and then after going towards the 3D. So this is a scenario marketly available. When I'm dealing with a civil engineering, that kind of situation I only heard about AutoCAD. So this is our engineer kind of situation. I'm not heard about any open doors. I'm not heard about any civil 3D. I'm not heard about any design kind of software. But I heard about Stat Pro, like you mentioned, for the structural team. But as you mentioned earlier, when we are doing any kind of engineering, at that time I only heard about Stat Pro from the structural kind of um, like software. But we are not focusing any transportation engineering software, or we are not focusing any geotechnical kind of software we are locally available in market. So that kind of market available software we have to learn first. So from where we can learn, so we have to go towards YouTube. This is a locally available source. So multiple freelancer doing their like kind of videos and uploading over there. So we have to learn from YouTube, so locally available, or we have e-learning resources. If you are dealing with some software, just go to the software website and like see some local available resource YouTube videos. So that kind of video first you have to learn, and after that you are dealing with directly the software or directly doing the projects. So this is my scenario.
Got it. Got it. So here we'll also add on that Protrainy also has been upskilling professionals. We have upskilled professionals in softwares like OpenRoad, IIT Pay, MX Road, also Civil 3D. Also, we have upskilled more than 16,000 professionals and students from 700 companies, 10 countries. So going ahead, sir, going ahead is now that you work with a company that has developed softwares also, right? Like they
Yeah.
have developed or become part of it. How do you see in that? How like what is the mentality that goes when someone is developing softwares? Do they first take a feedback from the problems in the market and then they develop these softwares,
Mm,
or
yes.
are they looking at that, okay, there is a competition or they are doing something, so let's try and address that same problem and create it? How are your products different or software different from the competitors in that terms?
Yeah. Actually, first of all, our software is like from the OEM, like civil survey applications, and our head office in Melbourne, Australia. So the Australian products and widely used in civil and civil infrastructure and survey industries. So the currently market in our like in Australian countries as well as in India, we are growing. Then European countries as well as North America. So we are presence in there. So in kind of situation like you said, what is the perspective when we are developing the kind of software? So we are dealing with a competitor like available in the market, so they are offering something, so we have to offer same or better in terms with a design perspective. So in terms with the interface, or in terms with the drafting tool, in terms with the 3D technology, in terms with the like what kind of technology like client expect from us. Like our client is NHI, then IRCs, then we have local like SIDCO, then PWD authorities. So this kind of like what they are expecting from us, from the client consultant team. So we have to prepare those kind of feedback from the consultant, and we have to achieve those kind of developing some codes in the backend, and we have to give to the consultant that kind of like we are offering those kind of tools in our applications. So that kind of methodology we have to do. And with respect to my career, like I'm dealing with those kind of situations you said. So I had to, like, I'm an intermediator from the consultant and their clients. So the client expecting from the consultant, we require this kind of like drafting or 3D technology. Then consultant reach out to me, and like me, I'm like informing to my team the presenting in Australia. So this kind of tools we are required as per perspective with our Indian locally available consultant. Okay, and as much as compared to the standards available in our Indian standards for the road kind of perspective. So we have a IRC. If you are dealing with some like NHI outputs for the plan and profile or cross section, so we have to give a feedback from the codes and give into the developer team. So that kind of situation I'm dealing with right now. Yeah.
Can you hear me? All right, all right.
Yeah.
Sorry. So in terms of what my question is that, okay, there are people who are aspiring,
You are not audible.
to work, that how they can work with you, like, or like what, how they can rather work in a career that you have in maybe a technical sales or kind of that domain. That is the first question.
Yeah.
Second question is that someone who is looking to start a career in infra, in maybe roads or railways or etc., which are the softwares that they, how is the software hierarchy, like first I should learn this, then I should learn this, then I should learn this, how should you suggest?
Yeah. So your first question, like what kind of my role I'm like right now I'm doing. So my role is very challenging. I'm not dealing with any design kind of situations. So when I doing an internship and that kind of situation, I deal with some of the projects from the coastal road, from the Bangalore Chennai Expressway. Okay, but right now when I deal with my first job in Delhi, so that kind of situation, I'm also technical presenter. So dealing with the two softwares like offering from the Autodesk and Bentley, and that kind of situation for me is new. Like any of the civil engineer don't know about how we can present our product. Okay, so all are the civil engineer know only the design. Okay, but my role is very challenging for me, as well as who is doing the that kind of role. It is very I suggest very kind of what we can suggest like technical role here as well. And after that, I switching my job into the civil serve application. And that time like we are a OEM, so in that kind of situation we have to develop and we have to deliver to the client. So at that situation my role is very specific to the my special product, so like civil site design and stringer topo. So that kind of situation we have to deal with directly with OEM. Okay, and we have to develop certain kind of codes in our software. So this role is very challenging, not for the designing point of perspective, but if someone if someone have a chance to deliver kind of design projects, so I suggest you have to go reach out directly to consultant. And I suggest you have to first start with your internship. After that you have to just jump into the market. So market is very huge in infrastructure industry. And the second thing, if someone dealing with civil engineer or master in transportation engineer, so like we have like kind of in transportation engineering we have a multiple hierarchy. So first is like in road point of perspective, we have a road and highway. So under the road and highway we have a highway design, then we have a traffic design, then we have a transport planning, we have a pavement design. So in that kind of situation we have a multiple softwares. So first in highway design we have a like 2D drafting software, then 3D design software. So in kind of 2D drafting software locally available in market, like first is AutoCAD, second is BricsCAD, uh, and then 3D software, that kind of design you are delivering. So first locally available software is Civil 3D offering from Autodesk, then Open Roads offering from Bentley. Then now we are in industries like civil survey application offering from Civil Site Design. Okay, so this kind of software offering in highway design industry. Okay, and if you are looking towards pavement design, for the pavement design we have a two pavement design. First one is like our rigid pavement as well as flexible pavement. So for flexible pavement design, mostly consultant doing in the Excel sheets. But if you analyze those kind of design, so we have a IIT Pave. Okay, and then for the rigid pavement, we have also Excel sheets and as well as CanPave software for analysis. So this kind of interface, like in hierarchy, we have a highway design, then pavement design, and after that, if you are dealing with the transportation planning and traffic design, okay, so that kind of perspective, locally available most of the software, but I heard about only PTV VSIM or PTV walkthrough something software like offering in that traffic industries. And if you are dealing with a road, not only road, if you are dealing with a rail point of perspective, a rail design, then like airport design, then some kind of port design for the site grading. So this kind of software like civil 3D civil site design can do it. Okay, similarly for rail design, then your port design as well as airport taxiway or site grading kind of situation. So these are software are locally available, and first you have to learn the software. You have to go with Protrainy. Protrainy also offering those kind of software solutions. And if you are learned to the like locally e-learning resources, so YouTube is very good. We have to learn this software from YouTube as well.
Got it. Got it. Now, how do you see? software use cases, or maybe how things are panning out in infrastructure domain, or like highways and related stuffs. How the growth, like a lot of people who come to our platform or whom we counsel, they have been into buildings or real estate sector. Now they're trying that how can we go into all these sectors in, or how which are which among both of these sectors. Obviously you come from an highway infra background, you would count in. But if you see your seniors who have spent years in this, do you see anyone who has shifted their career, and how has been their growth? Because a
Yeah.
lot of people in this interview would be listening and thinking, okay, how can I transition the career? So they think, okay, I don't know, like people will speak, they would listen, that's there. But if they see someone who has done it and proved and worked and grown, they would be very inspired. So if you have any experiences, anecdotes to share.
Yeah, actually, not for the beginner. But if you are in something kind of experience level, like if you are choosing a transportation engineering, so in that scenario, if I'm working with highway industries for the 5 years, after that I can switch to the rail industry. So we can also deliver the rail kind of projects, or someone is not dealing with any kind of not prospect to the project in consultant team, so they can also switch to the what I'm not suggesting, so they can switch to the construction industries, like construction a highway, construction of corridor, in construction of various kind of situation like tunnel, like the the market is available for the experienced people, like if someone from the 10 years experience, someone from the 15 plus year experience, so they can be a shift to the design to the construction phase. So the construction phase also required a experienced people. Okay, so that kind of situation, if someone is facing in our industry, so they can be switch to the construction as well, like construction field.
Okay. So, on the parting notes, we would have, I think, last two questions. Is how has been your journey till now in civil? Are you enjoying it? Because a lot of people think, okay, civil is not. Most of the freshers and a lot of people who are not working in a very in an environment that is rewarding, or some kind of companies that do not appreciate your efforts, those people often think, okay, why am I even working in a construction sector? What would you say to them? How has been your experience? Obviously you are early in your career, but still, what has been your experience and suggestions?
um, on that point of perspective, like if someone dealing with a consultant team or someone dealing with a construction project field, so you have to first, like, these are the phases. Like if someone from 1 year experience, you have to learn something. Okay, and if someone has 2 to 3 year experience, you can see the various kind of situation in their life. Like if someone dealing with the construction phase, so they can shift to the design team, or if someone dealing with some design, so they can also switch into their career. Like, so we have a technical part in our software development team. So like me, as I'm dealing with a software like sales, like pre-sale and post-sale, I'm dealing with presentations and technical training. So that kind of situation, if someone who has experience in consultancy team, like experience in design kind of situation, so they can migrate to the software industries, like we have, like designing phase to the like technical solution specialist kind of perspective. So I am in like starting my career like technical solution specialist. So that's my motto. But if someone in the like frustrating in their designing workload, so he can also or she can also join that kind of technical aspects. Or multiple companies are offering application engineer role, multiple company offering technical specialist kind of role. So we have to just give a technical troubleshoots. Like if someone has facing some issues in their software, we have to deal with the situations. So that is
Got it.
my thoughts.
Got it. I really appreciate Mr. Shubham, that it is really a short time, I think, because we just don't want to keep everyone extending that timeline. But I really appreciate your time, and it was really a great experience knowing about infrastructure softwares like in softwares that are used in transportation, majorly in the transportation sector. And on parting notes, I'm glad that you have chosen a career and have shared across, especially what you shared, that which are the softwares, and that anyone in the transportation sector should be learning step by step, and how first you have to learn a 2D tools. That's why colleges work on, and how they go into a 3D tools. That has been a really a great light for us, all of us. Thank you. Have a great evening ahead.
Yeah, same to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.